everyone. So today I have a very important guest that I would like all of you to meet. Today's guest, what do I tell about him? He has been a very, very hardworking, committed student. He has passed successfully not just part 1 but also the other part 2 of the CMA exam. He has been working for quite long now with one of the top MNCs in the world. And with such kind of a busy schedule, he has very beautifully scored some of the highest marks scored in CMA USA. Today we will be joined with one of our students who is going to take you through his exciting journey in CMA. All right, so get started because it is going to be lot of fun. All right, so we have Anubhab today. Can't hear you, is it? Is there a audio? Okay, let me add a headset. Maybe it will be clearer for you. How about that? I think I should be much more clearer now. So today I will be joined by one of our very committed student, Mr. Anubhab. So he'll be joining us in any time soon, where he's going to take us through his journey. What are the things that he has done? What are the things that you should or we should all be doing to ensure that the CMA journey remains beautiful? You can also ask him a lot of questions about what his career aspirations are. What is the next big thing that he is going to do, and how did it make it possible in the very first attempt? Remember, he has been working and he works as an assistant manager with Tata Consultancy Services. So with all of these, with being an assistant manager at a senior position and working with the top MNCs, of course, getting time from work is always going to be a challenge. But when you are committed and when you have dedicated yourself to it, of course it is going to be possible. And he proved it not just by passing the exam but also scoring 440 marks in his CMA. I'm sure all of you know what is the passing marks. The passing marks is just 360, but he has scored 440 in and the other part he has scored 410. So looks quite good, right? So I thought, why I should be speaking today? Why not invite one of our students to speak with you and share all their experiences. So in the meantime, if you have any question, you can put forward your question. I would be more than glad to answer all of them. When is the next batch for CMA happening? What exciting are we going to do in the next batch? Yes, so next batch is starting from the 15th of September. It is going to be starting from the basics of it. So we are going to cover a lot of fundamentals. We are going to have an excellent journey with a lot of fundamentals, in-depth understanding, conceptual clarity, and of course, a lot of fun. Sir, CFA and US CMA, a good combination for career in finance. Answer: it's a very very good combination. In one of these sessions, I'll get student who have passed CMA and who have also passed CFA level 1, and he's now pursuing level 2. So in one of the session, I will get one of our student who have successfully completed CMA while in their while doing their graduation, and then went on to pursue CFA. Remember, to pursue CFA, graduation or being on the third year is a mandatory requirement, and that's a mandatory requirement. And in the college, he completed his CMA, and immediately after passing CMA, he went for CFA. And in his own words, the amount of help that he has got after completing CMA is incredible. Remember, part 2 of CMA is strategic financial management, which is a core finance paper. Now, if you have already learned a core finance paper in CMA, when you want to go for CFA or FRM tomorrow, that basic knowledge that you have acquired is quite helpful, because in CMA, the entire paper, entire part 2 is core finance. Once you have passed this, the confidence is always at the next level. And with that confidence, you can complete your FRM, you can complete your CFA as well, and you can complete them beautifully. How many months of studies to clear part 1 for an average student? 3 to 4 months is what we recommend. And I'm sure in 3 to 4 months, you can complete your CMA USA. All right. So very soon we are going to have Anubhab with us.
Hi, sir.
Hi, Anubhab. How are you?
How are you? Actually, I was trying to join from my laptop, some issues, so I joined back from phone. Yeah. Am I audible?
Okay. Yes, you are perfectly audible.
Fine, sir.
When is the next batch starting? It is 15th of September. But anyways, we are not talking about the next batch. We are not talking about anything. We are basically celebrating. We are celebrating Anubhab's success together. All right. So we are not talking about next batch. We are not talking about CMA. We are not talking about when is the admission, enrollment, all that. We are not talking about all of it. For all of it, we have other sessions, but today we are here together to celebrate Anubhab's success. I have given you a very brief introduction about him, but let me give you a little, detailed introduction about him. He is an assistant manager with Tata Consultancy Services. He has worked for, I think, close to a decade now, and getting time when you are working at a middle-level management position is always a challenge. I come from a corporate and I know how challenging it is. But he made it through, and made it through not just like that. He made it through with flying colors. Getting 440 marks, getting 410 marks is definitely not so simple for a working professional, because you have to juggle between work, you have to juggle between wife, you have to juggle between all the other commitments, and then you need to be coming online, attending the classes. I know it is always challenging attending the classes after a long day at work. It definitely requires a lot of commitment. So here today we have Anubhab to share all his experiences, challenges, struggles, sacrifices, and success. So Anubhab, it is to you. Take us through your entire journey, how you made it, what challenges you faced, what was something that which kept you going, and you are here today.
First of all, sir, thank you for giving me this opportunity to come to this platform and share my experience. I would not start with all that only the struggles and all, because I would say that I always had a great life. Till now I am blessed with my parents as well as my wife, my children. But yeah, in normal life also, when you do work and study, there are challenges. I would just go back a little bit from my early career in 2020, 2007, when I just passed from my college and I was so eager to join job because earning was so, it's not that my family is struggling from financial things, but earning was a primary thing for me because I felt that that is more important in life because I was not that matured at that time. So people used to say me that you are a good student, you can, study further and then you can join job. But I was so eager to, join job and earn first. But then with the due course of time, I understood that only a bachelor degree is not going to help me. But my early career was like this, that I was posted in some remote places of India. I started my career from Himachal Pradesh to, Jammu Kashmir and study there. I mean, I was not that matured enough at that time to, to get myself motivated to study, but I felt core in my, I mean, back of my mind that it is required. So first attempt I tried was to, pursue my ICWA in the year 2016 after 2007. That is, almost 9 years after joining job. I luckily passed my first group in first attempt and I got motivated. I thought now I will, finish it off in one go. But then again, God has some other plans. I again got transferred again and again I lost my motivation. So then I thought of doing my own business in 2018. I made my mind that I'm going to start my own entrepreneurial career. In 2019, I left job and started full time doing my own business. So that time, studying was totally out of my mind because I was trying to focus on my business. Then again, God has some other plans. Pandemic came and my business got, badly hit. And so I again need to go back to job because I was, that time my daughter was also, I think, 5 to 6 years. So I thought that time I can take that risk of doing business, but then situation changed. So I thought that it would be very, risky to move on with this and let's start again job, and maybe after some time I can get back to my dreams. So I joined back in my previous organization itself, but I got a better role there in corporate accounts. And there I was surrounded with only CAs and MBAs. So I started feeling that, complex, that I am among some elites and I am not able to, match up with them. So I felt that kick, and that guilt feeling was always there, that I started something and never finished it. As you always used to tell that never quit. So that thing always, kept pushing me. So I was again thinking of starting ICW again, but then I found that the time it is going to take again, if I lose motivation in between, that would be again, I mean, I have already lost so many years of my career. I don't want to lose it again. So I came across with USCPA. That was the first time I understood that there are these courses also, global courses which we can pursue other than, because previously I was not aware of these things. So I was thinking of USCPA first. I almost, talked with, because whenever you open YouTube, you will only see that my advertisement for USCPA. So I was so convinced that I'm going with my USCPA. But then that 150 credit points and all those came into picture. I was not a postgrad at that time. So then I thought, okay, let's go. Again, I came aware, I got aware of the US CMA, which is a 2 exam. I thought, okay, this is also a global certification, little bit lesser time, little bit lesser money. Let's start with this because so much long time has gone. I don't know whether I will be able to, you know, properly study and deliver. So let's start with small. But then, luckily, I don't know, I was just about to enroll with my just because of the course structure, not because of how things are, taught there. But then when I just luckily I got into a YouTube channel of yours and I saw you teaching in some demo classes, I just felt like connected. That this is a kind of teaching which I likes, because I immediately, right from the word go, I understood what you were trying to say, and it, synced in quickly in my mind. So I then just had a discussion once with Padma. I think it took only one session with her, and I immediately decided I'm joining NSA and I'm not, going anywhere else, for two reasons. One is that your demo sessions attracted me, and Padma was so crisp and clear in her counseling that I never had a second thought that I should, pursue from anywhere else. So from there started my, and it was, I think, November 2021, if I am not wrong. Uh, and my main motto was to, quickly get through this thing. I don't want to keep it for long, because I really doubt sometimes my motivation. I used to lose it at times. So that's my was my main reason why I started with this.
Okay, that was a very, very long journey. In fact, many of these information I was not aware that you have been, doing it. There's Padma in the chat. She's telling hi, and she's like thanking you for that. But I'm sure you have done a lot of research. You tried first. You said that you wanted to do CPA, and then you came to CMA. So, do you regret that decision that you did not do CPA first? You did
No,
CMA?
never, never, never. I would say that it has become a stepping stone for me now. I think that I can do anything, because CMA, by its nature, it looks very easy, because it is only two exams, you can pass quickly, but it is not that easy, let me tell you. You really need to, crunch in some numbers, and you should have some in-depth knowledge to quickly assess the things and, apply and, deliver in that short time. So that has given me a big confidence, and now I feel that anything is gettable, anything is achievable. And CMA also have given me a, a perspective that you can break your big goals into smaller ones and quickly achieve it. And by, achieving your small goals, you can quickly achieve the bigger picture in a very, you know 1 year looks a big thing if you sit now, but 1 year just passed by like that. And within 8 months I am now a CMA. I was not CMA Anubhab 8 months back. So that has given me a, world of confidence, I would say. And now I feel that I can do whatever courses are there on the earth. I can do, at least in my field, in my domain.
Okay, and that is very, very insightful. And what is the next target? Like, what is the next thing? Because you said that whatever is there in the world in your domain, you can target and you can finish. I like that confidence. So, what is something that next that you are looking forward to?
So as we discussed earlier also, sir, I was little bit confused between CFA and CPA at that time, but now I am convinced that I will go with CPA right now. Maybe ACCA parallelly will be a good option. I guess I will have a discussion with you on that also. But CPA is for sure I'm going for, and then after that I will take one at a time. Maybe after CPA I will think, but for now for sure I'm going for CPA.
Okay, I think you can be a role model to lot because I though for institute which offers CMA, CPA, CFA, FRM, there are so many other courses for institute which offer so many courses. It's always very, very challenging how to give the best guidance. Should we,
Right.
talk to them about CFA? Should we talk to them about FRM? Should we talk to them about CPA or CMA? But I think the way you are shaping yourself, it will be a guiding factor to many, many students, because almost all my life I have been telling students that whatever you want to do, take a small step, achieve that success. Once you achieve that success, you will have that motivation, that vision, that enthusiasm to turn around anything, even if looks very difficult at the very beginning, right? So
True, true, sir.
you are one who is going for CPA. There's another student who has gone for CPA and then also planning for CFA later. You are telling that further from here I will go for ACCA. So I think the hunger has increased, and this is one area where the greed is always you should keep that greed and hunger, that I want to do it, I need it, I will achieve it. So I think
Correct,
I
correct.
am feeling
And I
motivated
also
that
wanted to add here, sir,
that
that India has produced so many, spiritual gurus and babas. I think that India should produce more of mentors like you, so that they can come into our life at the right time, and we can shape our career right from the early age. Because I'm not telling that it is too late, but I would have been more happy if I got you in at least 5 6 years back, so that I would have been somewhere right now itself. So yeah, that is a lacking thing I feel. We lack
I will
mentors like
definitely
you.
I will definitely work on it. I don't know if I can be the next Baba, but but yeah, yes, we will. Will I need to grow my hair to look like a academic Baba maybe?
Yeah.
All right. So, I would, many students have been asking that, sir, what is the tips? I don't want to share tips. I said, okay, I'll get students who have been writing exam and they will share all their tips about MCQs. How can you handle target MCQs more aggressively? Share your thoughts.
So I would give my example only, because many people have their own way of studying and doing things. What worked for me, I would share. Uh, See, I used to not to miss any class, because I have taken your live class sessions. Because I know that if I had taken that video recording classes, I would have saved some bucks. But I intentionally took the live sessions, because I feel that that classroom thing gives a more impetus to you, because you stay into the subject and you quickly connect to it easily. I mean, your video classes are better than your live classes, I would say. But still I enjoyed the live classes more, because that live interaction always keep me pushing. Because I used to ask you any question. I know you were sometimes getting frustrated. Anubhav used to ask so many questions, but still I would keep on asking, because that keeps me live. And so I like those sessions, number one. So those sessions actually helped me to brush up my knowledge, upgrade those knowledge, and get a notion of the subject matter. Then after that, frankly speaking, I have never opened your study mat, because your session itself was so insightful that I never needed to open, because I then straight away go to the some of your in your app I have attempted those questionnaires. But then I straight away move to blame questions. What I feel in MCQ is that you should, what I have done is at least 20 to 40 questions every day I have attempted in claim. And I have always taken all the sections together. I have never go part by part. Even if I was reading one section, I have given all the sections just to get used to the type of questions. And because what happened, sometimes I tried to go section by section. It works, but sometimes what happens, if you are using a section of problem solving, it generally takes more time, and it times sometimes make you demotivated, because you will not be able to finish in time, or maybe uh, sometimes you will not score that high, and you will feel, oh, I'm not scoring good. But when you take everything at a go, you will get a notion of all the subjects. Even if you score low, but you get to know the things, and when you study, then I mean next in that particular chapter, you can quickly connect, because you have already attempted few questions on that. So that was my way. I don't say that that is the right way. I did like that, and that helped me when I frankly speaking, I have finished the total blind book in the last 15 days of my exam, the complete book. I was not able to take a revision time with my work life balance. But since your concept was there in my mind, and I was giving the exam every day, and I just tracked my score, I started from maybe 49%, and when I was about to give my exam, it was near about 72 to 75%. So I have seen that graph going up. So that gave me a confidence that okay, I'm ready now. And I was frequently hitting that 75% in the last 1 week or 10 days, I would say. Because I have, as I told you, November I joined, and February I have taken the first exam. I can remember that one section actually was left out. Your batch is always rollover batch, so I need to take a live session, and if I need to complete that and take the exam, I have to go to the May June window. So I actually went through your recorded video. I never cared for the live session that time because I don't want to lose time. Because by February I felt that I'm ready for the exam. So I went for the, and I remember that you told someone asked you in the QA session that which date you want to, you should take as an exam. So you told whatever you like, take 14 February. So I just took 14 February as the date. I can still remember. So just out of fun only. But yeah, that worked for me also. So another thing, I have been in connection with many of the fellow students of NSA. I feel that people, are so scared to book their exam, which I didn't do. I actually booked it before I felt I was ready for the exam, because I felt that booking also gave me, pushing me hard that you have to study, you have spent this much of money, you can't just leave it like that. Because I was aware of the concepts, but I was not ready for the exam. I know when I booked 1 month back, maybe in January. But then that I blocked my calendar. I frankly speaking, I blocked that calendar day, and every day I used to see when in on my office that day is my exam day. So that always keeps me reminding that you can't just back off from here. You have paid it, you have blocked it, there is no other way, you cannot go back now. So I have just cut the bridge.
Correct.
And that MCQ part only, I think that every day of attempting at least 20 to 40, and in the last 15 days I had attempted at least 4 to 5 times the full 100 marks, so that I get a notion of how that 3 hours or 2.5 hours feels like sitting in one place. So when actually I went to give the exam, other than the nuances or the difficulty of the exam, I never felt that I'm not at home, because it was like same screen, same thing, same time, I'm just giving the exam, that's it. So that feel good factor came in during the exam, because I was so much, I have given that mock test I have studied less and given mock test, I would say. So that was for my MCQ part. Yeah.
Okay, I think you mentioned that you are managing work life balance. I think in your life it was work life, wife and daughter, and then balance.
And daughter. Yeah. Yes.
so so you are actually managing a lot of things. And I tell to the student that when you have extreme pressure and extreme responsibility, the best in you comes out at that
Exactly.
point in time. It-
I agree.
when we have lot of time, I think the best in us does not come. When you are
Yes. Yes.
compelled, when you are put to the extremes, you
Exactly.
rise and shine through those extremes. So I think that way you have done it really, really beautifully, managing all the commitments. I'm sure you must have got extensive support from your family, and you
Yes.
you have definitely made them proud. So how was their first reaction that uh, earlier, I know your wife, your parents must be knowing that this my child started with ICWA, he left it in between, then after such a long gap he's again planning to study. So what was your wife's first reaction when you said I want to go for CMA?
So I would give. I mean, everyone is obviously happy, but I will give three instances. Number one, my wife used to feel sometimes that because I was so much into getting married and all, because I was we had a love marriage, so I was so much eager to marry quickly and settle everything. So she used to blame herself that for her I have not studied well, or maybe I have not pursued my career in that way. So she was like, now she is such a proud wife that she used to tell others that, see, my he has done, after so many commitments he has completed this. And she used to tell her daughter also, see, learn from your father. And that is really, it means a lot to a father when his example is given to his daughter. This is my wife's experience. My father used to tell earlier that I want to see you, with a CMA, because I used to tell them I am pursuing ICMA at that time. So he used to tell that, I don't know whether I will be able to see you as a CMA. But now I tell him that, okay, I'm now a, global CMA, so you don't have to worry for that. So you can now, make peace with your mind, and he is really proud with that. So maybe he's not understanding what it is, but he is proud that I have started something and finished it and achieved it. So that is my father's. And for my daughter, she knows nothing about, what is accountancy, what is anything. But I would share my experience that actually she used to see me study at night. She will come, hover around me if I will give some time, but I would say her, please give me some time, I need to study, and she will go. Then maybe sometime like child she will complain, Papa used to, always study and all, either work or study or work or study. But when I got the final result of, part one, because part one I gave later, she was dancing like anything as if she has passed something by her own. I don't know whether it is because she felt that Papa will not study anymore or she actually felt, great about it. But she danced like anything, and I was so proud to see that. I mean, nothing in art can give you more pleasure than this kind of thing. So, yeah, they're really happy.
I'm so, I'm so proud to hear this story. I always tell my students that, when you are struggling, when you are suffering, when you are exhausted, when you are about to give up, there are a couple of things that you have to think. First is, when you're about to give up, just think, why did you start it for the first time? All right. I think I have told many, many times in the class also that when you are willing to give up, just remember the moment why you started it. Second thing is, all your struggle, you are creating a very beautiful story to share with your children. They should be
Exactly.
proud of your struggles. They should be proud of your sacrifices. And only when you have struggled and sacrificed and remained committed and achieved is when your children will look upon you as their role models. Right? So,
Right,
whatever
right.
struggle you are doing, make it memorable, create history, because those histories will be stories to tell your children, and they'll be so proud of, who their parents are, who their father is or who their mother is. And I'm sure this is something that, you know you feel massively, massively good about. The very
True, true.
feeling is so amazing. Amazing. So I'm
Correct.
sure you felt it. I'm sure many, many more should feel this, because I'm sure these are something that you actually need to experience to feel the connect.
Correct.
So, uh, okay, share us some experience about the essay question. What are the do's, the don'ts, where you felt challenging? I see here from a lot of students that, essay question is very challenging till the time you actually face the essay question. Is that true?
Uh, I am not sure about that. Frankly speaking, I have not, practiced a single essay question throughout for the both the parts. I don't recommend this to any other guys, but that's the truth. I only remembered one thing you told, that if you are good at the MCQs, essay will just clear like that. What I did actually for the essay question, I would tell that just before the exam day, in the Gleim, every chapter end they will give a example essay question. I just went through all the examples just to get an idea of how to approach the answer. I never cared for, uh, trying many essay questions, and just what I did for MCQ, I just didn't do that for essay. I never attempted or never practiced a single essay. I would not recommend anyone to do, because I had my own challenges. I went with my flow, but the preparation for the MCQ itself, I would say, is good enough to attempt the essay question. Essay questions can be tricky, but it would not be so difficult. And if you just give point wise answer, break it, because you will have, just as you earlier mentioned, I just don't want to repeat it again and again, but still I would say once that just read the questions first and then go with the total question. I mean, first go with the bullet point question what they have asked for, and then read the passage. Don't start wasting your time with the passage. And that helped me a lot. And if you are good in the MCQs, I can tell you that 90% chances that you will get. I mean, if out of the world some very difficult question doesn't come and your concepts are clear, 90% chances that you will clear your essay if you are good with the MCQ. because MCQs are also not asked in a very conventional way. They are very unorthodox, and only if you are good in your concepts, then only you will be able to. It's not that you have practiced GLAM so many times, so you will get common questions from GLAM. It is not like that. It will be totally a different question altogether in the exam. But since your concepts are clear and you are used to those environment, it would be easier for you to approach, because it is like, I would say, cricket match. You practice so many times, but not necessarily you will get the same ball in the match. But since you have practiced so many times, your instincts will help you to tackle those situations, both nerve as well as the
Right.
difficulty level, I would say. So yeah, essay I
So I
have
think I would
addressed
also
in
give a
that way.
So I think I would also add to that caution that please do not follow this. My always advice has been that if you have practiced MCQs really good, almost 70% or 75% of your essay questions are also practiced. They are not going to come from
Yeah.
out of the world. They are very much part of the MCQs. 90% is little on the higher side, but I sometimes become little conservative in my approach of mentioning things. So I would still say 70 to 75% of the preparation for essay questions are done once you are very well prepared for MCQ questions. But at the same time, you need to practice a lot of essay questions. And in the class, we solve a lot of essay questions. One reason why we do is because I have seen many students missing out on practicing essay questions at the last moment. So
Correct.
we try to leverage that by solving at least quite a decent number of questions in the class, so that on the final
Yes,
day,
yes, yes.
even if they have
That-
not been able to
because I
revise,
was lucky
it's
enough, I would say I was lucky enough to clear the essay question without that much preparation. So I don't recommend anyone to follow that thing.
okay. This is the one of the question that I don't like to ask, but a lot of students come up and say, okay, fine, you have passed the exam, but how much did Irfat help you in this journey? How much did North Star stood by your side in this journey? So this is something that from
So,
all our students uh, we gather these
so,
experiences.
so I would say I don't know how many viewers are here who loves cricket match. Today India Pakistan match is also there. I would try to give it with a cricket example. So if you if you are aspiring to be a very good fast bowler, and you start doing it of your own, obviously you need to work hard. But if you have Wasim Akram beside you, who is helping you to teach you how to hold the ball, how to swing bat, to keep the ball so that you can disturb the batsman and get more wickets, that is the difference what M Irfat will do, staying beside you. Because when you go with a concept, you need to read it maybe 2 3 times to understand. And like working professional like us, we have left studies long time, we are working. Yes, we are you know we are in touch with some practical things, but still studying a book is a different story altogether. To study, read, understand, interpret, and then deliver, it takes time. And the only crunch in our life is time, I would say, because work, family, and everything. So in that thing, when you study, I mean, what helped me is when I started a class live session, and that concept was taught in the first go, I understood the entirety of it. The next thing is practice, and frequently practicing it so that you can sustain, hold it for a longer time, retain it for a longer time. But at the first go, I always understood whatever questions I have asked and whatever Irfat sir has told, addressed in the class. In the every concept in the first go, I have understood in the same class itself. I've never left a class of Irfat sir without understanding a concept which was started in that class. That is my experience. So maybe that could have been 2 3 reading. If I would have tried to done it, I could have done it by myself, but I could not have finished it within 8 months maybe. Then it would have taken me 1.5 years. So that time saving, that concept clearing that retention. Your Sheila and Shakila example is another classic. I would say that always whenever I study, I can quickly recall that okay, this is Sheila and this is Shakila, something like that, and you can quickly retain those concepts for a longer time. And yeah, so these things you will not, you cannot, you can study by yourself. I'm not telling that self study does not help, but like what we are going through in current scenario, I don't know. I mean, I could not have afforded it self studying because it would have taken longer time. Motivation again is a very challenge for me. Maybe after studying a one chapter I would lose motivation, that I will not study further enough of studying. But by going through the live classes, what happened, immediately understood the concept. So now studying is like fun for me because I have understood it. Now while I'm reading it, I'm just trying to get deeper and deeper into it so that I get more insight about the concepts and all. But the basic thing is already done in the class itself. So my suggestion will be, MI is just blessings for us that we got him. But in general also, if you are having a mentor, a good mentor alongside with you, it always helps. And I used to think why I should spend so much money on someone when I can study by myself. But now I understand what an expert do, and you should leave those things to the expert. You may Google a medicine and try to use it when you are in some pain, but it's better to go to a doctor because they are expert, and we don't question the doctors why you are giving this medicine to me, because they have studied that and they are expert in that. So MI is doctor of financial management and accounting. So don't try to question those things. I at least will not do.
Thank you so much for that. And lastly, you know, you have been working, because this is the question lot of students, particularly working professionals, ask, and this is from my side. This question I would dedicate to all the working professionals. Like, you have been working the entire day, and then you come to the class, 2 hours of live session. Don't you feel tired and exhausted that you're too done for the day, and still you have to be ready for the 2 hour session? How do you manage that?
So I would say that yes, we were tired. I mean, I was really tired those days, but only that click of the button once the class starts and you just feel refreshed, then all the tiredness just you know poofed away. I mean, before joining, I would think, okay, today I'm not feeling so good. I will feel so many excuses that why I should not join the class today. I have done so much work and all. But then somehow I will manage to, sit in front of the laptop and click that button to join the class. And once the class starts, then, the stage is Irfat sir. So though you don't have to worry about the entertainment of the class and all the tiredness. Actually, I never, frankly, sometimes I feel dizzy. Very rare classes, maybe some of the few topics would be so boring, but still you make it so interesting that I would say out of 100 classes I have, was present there 99%, and maybe few classes, one or two, maybe I would have, feel dizzy and all. Otherwise, you only take care of the classes in such a beautiful way that we don't have to feel about boredom. I think I don't know what is boredom in your class, so I just go with the flow. And then with the interactive sessions, I never felt that I will be sleeping. So whenever I have not pinged anything, sir, you must should know that I was sleeping that day. Otherwise I would keep on messaging and asking you questions that okay, this and that, what is this and what is that. So those sessions
Okay,
were so
no.
entertaining, and I think everyone who have joined here, if they have even seen your demo classes also, they will not differ with my thing.
It is very challenging for me to to remain to make the class very entertaining, but I'm glad that somehow I've been able to make it, because I know The point is that if I need to teach for 2 hours, that too on online, where
Really,
each
sir.
one is sitting at their own, it's very very challenging for me. So I try my level best, and every success of the student gives me a motivation that okay, uh, at least what I'm trying to do, some result is coming out of it. So I feel glad.
Real.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
For that. And sometimes while I am sleeping, I get Sheila and Shakila dreams. That okay, yeah, I gave this example. Can I
So
in
you
fact,
can assign
one of the
Sheila for
students.
part one and Shakila for part two, maybe those two ambassadors.
So in fact, one of the student I was just talking to, and he just mentioned, sir, before attending your class, I was like very very scared that I will burn my money, I'll just waste my money. What if I'm not able to attend the classes? And then later he told me that, sir, attending your class was as if I'm watching, it was more interesting than watching my favorite movie. And I
Correct.
never
True.
realized that, how my tiredness used to just disappear when I've come into the class, the excitement, the enthusiasm, the energy, and
And
I felt that,
I would
with
also
this job.
like to add here, sir. I would also like to add here that you asked me how you felt while passing the CMA. I would say that even if before passing the CMA or even before giving the exam also, due to these classes and my self studies and all, the amount of knowledge I have acquired, the upskilling happened inside me. I can quickly apply them in my day-to-day work, and the confidence it has given me, it was awesome. I mean, even if I have got the certificate now, I am a CMA now, but even if I had not got that, the knowledge I have already received and I have used it in my day-to-day work, I can immediately see the change, and it was immediate. It's not like I'm studying now and I'll get the result 2 years after this. Immediately I can use those practically. I feel it is so relevant. It is very practical. You can use it in your day-to-day work. But yes, you need to have an eye on that also. You cannot just study like for the sake of studying and not using it. If you study in that way, you can actually apply it in your day-to-day work. I have felt that strong. So your concept thing also helped me in that way also in my job, I would say.
Okay. uh, Good that that is again my efforts, because passing the exam is one part of the journey, but connecting your day to day life with what you are studying, I think, gives you another reason why you should work hard. And
Yeah, exactly.
it is because the moment you are able to correlate with what you are learning and what you are doing, you understand it is valuable. And that is very
Yes,
important. You need to keep yourself motivated, inspired, and keep reasoning yourself, why am I doing this? Is it going to help me?
correct.
Is it going to upskill me? Is it going to give me that very in-depth knowledge? And as long as it is giving you, you get motivation from that itself.
Correct.
So I have just one last question. Few comments about NSS support team mobile application, because we launched the mobile application only for working professionals, keeping them in mind, their flexibility, their timeline, they are running, with so many things together. So, what would you say about how the mobile application, how the NSS support team was helpful to you?
As far as the mobile application is concerned, I would say, though I'm not a that much tech savvy guy, but yeah, that mobile application is easy to handle and understand, and you can quickly, because I have given some mobile some mock tests through that mobile application. I've gone through some videos with that mobile, and your videos were awesome, no doubt. But the way it is in text there, I felt it very easy to use. Sometimes some maybe few errors here and there, but they were resolved, I think, after it has been messaged to your concerned team. But today, as at this juncture, when mobile is something which is you cannot just avoid in your day-to-day thing, it is very good to have this kind of accesses, so that you can just study just at your movie at your own convenience. You can study anywhere. You cannot just give yourself excuse that I am now traveling or going somewhere, or I'm out of house, so I cannot read or see the videos, because a half an hour video can also give you a quick understanding of a concept which you can come back later and study in your books, but at least you can brush up your knowledge. So yeah, it is a very useful tool. I would say everyone you should use it optimally. When you're getting that facility in all, in a single package, you are getting everything. You're getting mi sir, you are getting mobile application, you are getting Gleim, you are getting mock test, everything you are getting in one package. Use it optimally. And as far as the support team is concerned, I would say I had a beautiful experience. uh, on For others, I have seen that before joining they will chase you, and once you have joined, you will not get in touch with them. You will try to connect with them and they will not respond. Or this happened many a times, I have heard from many guys. But here the thing is just opposite. They are not chasing you, just to enroll with us. They will give you a understanding, and you will get because I remember with my session with Padma, it took only one session and I got convinced, and it was full of information which is required. I mean, they're very insightful information which helped me to decision quickly. It was never like only marketing jargons used to just beat your own thing, that I do this, we give that. They actually gave, I mean, I got the exact things which I need to know for CMA, rather than what North Star Academy is going to give me extra. Because that thing I've already seen in the demo classes, what I'm going to get from the classes. But what CMA is all about, how you should approach it, these kind of informations which we actually don't get in one place, that counseling I got in one session itself. So it was very easy for me to decide for that. And Padma specifically, because I always get in touch with her, I never found a single time I have text her and I have not got any reply. I don't know whether she also feels like MI sir that I keep on texting, but whenever I have any doubt, I will text her right away. She will reply me, and it would be something useful information which will help me to decide my next course. And I remember that I just asked her whether CFA, CPA, and she quickly connected me to you, so that she felt that it is not her domain, and she quickly. That is also a very honest and good thing, that you don't give just suggestion out of anything. You know something, you give suggestion. You don't know, you connect to the right person. She quickly connected me to you, and because you are the subject matter expert in this thing. So these things I feel that in one liner, uh, I don't felt that you people, obviously money is a utility and everyone is working for money, but I never felt that thing in your delivery, that you are running for money. You are more serious. Total North Star Academy is more serious about giving quality experience, rather than earning money. Money will automatically come. Even that is the main reason, maybe, which I will say that you could have spent more on your marketing, so that North Star Academy would have been in everyone's mouth. But you have still focused on quality. And yeah, that's my experience. I am again, a disclaimer, it is not that anybody has told me to say like this. This is what I have experienced. And yeah, so I have to say this thing on.
All right, Anubhab, that makes me introspect. And when we were thinking about doing something, uh, we thought, particularly when we thought about the name North Star Academy. So I'm not sure if you have read the complete name, North Star Academy. What does below North Star Academy lie? And that is our vision, guiding aspirations to excellence. And that is what, anybody who joins North Star team, whether they join in sales, marketing, or operations, the first thing that we always train them is that we are not selling things, we are transforming lives here. So if we are not able to, do sales, it's okay. That is not what we are here for. We are here for transforming lives. Be honest, be very open to the student of what they can expect, what they are doing, and what they are getting into. Because as long as that credibility is maintained, I'm sure we will be able to transform many, many more lives in our in days to come. And I see you, so transformed today with a lot of knowledge, a lot of excitement, and most importantly, lot of confidence that you can do and you can achieve much, much, much bigger in life. You are nowhere close to giving up, and that is something that I am feeling so proud about. That, a lot of people say that when you have a long gap with your studies, you've got wife, you've got children, you've got, parents to take care. It's very, very difficult to manage so many things. But the excitement has in you has, I'm sure it will be a uh, guiding star to lot more other people, that, if you have been able to do, and you can still feel that there are a lot more that you have to do. I'm sure it will be an inspiration to lot many. Thank you so much for joining in and inspiring all the audience today. I'm sure when they joined in, they were like, I don't know what am I going to get, but at the end of the day, I'm sure they will have one more reason to feel motivated, inspired, and think that life never comes to an end. No matter how much other commitments you have, it is not ended. You can be, you can wake up and you can say, let me do it, and it will happen. You just need a mentor, and a mentor who puts you first, and I'm sure magic will happen. Thank you so much, Anubhab, for joining in. And it was very, very exciting for me. There are lots that I keep learning from all the successful students who pass and join me in these discussion. I'm sure a lot of students have also got a lot of learning opportunity today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. It's really a pleasure for me. And I would again last before signing off, I would say the viewers that you have got a mentor which is priceless. He's priceless. So just stay in touch with him. Never let him go in from your life. So that will only push you further. Climbing up the ladder. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, and I think you have also done the same. I'll be seeing you very soon in the CPA classes.
Yeah. Yes, sir. See you soon, sir. Bye,
Okay,
sir.
bye bye. Bye
Bye.
bye. Take care.
Take care.